After its first direct attack on Israel, Iran showed off its firepower on state television. More than 300 launches, ballistic and cruise missiles, armed drones, but few scored a direct hit. Israel says it shot down 99% of the barrage, backed by American and British warplanes, and it's now considering its response.
Over the last few hours, we approved operational plans for both offensive and defensive action. Iran wants only one thing: to escalate the region.
While Israelis are still on high alert, authorities have lifted some emergency measures, including a ban on schooling and caps on large gatherings. With the attack over and people returning to the streets, many believe their military should hit back.
I think if we react, it will show our strength and it will prevent the next attack, I hope.
We can't live like this anymore. They shot a lot of missiles on us. So we got to respond, of course.
Iran is warning that if Israel does retaliate, its next attack will be much worse. Alison Horn, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Madam President,
a call for restraint at a moment of high tension.
The Middle East is on the brink. The people of the region are confronting a real danger of a devastating, full-scale conflict.
Iran told an urgent meeting of the United Nations Security Council that its attack on Israel was a proportionate response to a fatal strike on its consulate in Syria.
It was precise and only targeted military objectives and carried out carefully to minimize the potential for escalation and prevent civilian harm.
Madam President.
But from Israel, there was fierce condemnation.
Israel reserves the legal right to retaliate. We are not a frog in boiling water. We are a nation of lions.
The US, UK, France and Jordan helped Israel to intercept the Iranian strikes. G7 leaders warned Iran has further stepped toward the destabilisation of the region and risks provoking an uncontrollable regional escalation.
That's very clear from its actions. If this attack had been successful, the fallout for regional stability would be hard to overstate.
The US insists its support for Israel's defence is evidence of what the president calls his ironclad commitment to its security. But the White House is also using the success of the operation to argue against the need for further retaliation.
In a phone call in the immediate aftermath of the attack, Joe Biden told Benjamin Netanyahu that the US would not take part in any counter-offensive against Iran.
I would say the Prime Minister is well aware that the President is not looking for a conflict with Iran, that the President doesn't want the tensions to escalate anymore.
It's not my call to second-guess the President of the United States. Our position is very clear, to condemn Iran's attacks on Israel.
A region at the crossroads, waiting for what comes next. Jade McMillan, ABC News, Washington.